Okay. So I have a question for you. What would you do if something like happened and you were the last person on Earth?
On Earth?
Like right now, like the last person, like the last person on Earth. Right now, something just happened and you just happen to be the last person on Earth. What would you do?
Well, first I would go and pet all the animals I can. Okay? And then I would go find all the food I can, which would most likely be snacks and treats.
Yeah.
And candy. And then I would pray to God to give me a guy so I can revive the human race.
Okay, so I was thinking, first I'd probably freak out for being the last person on Earth. I don't know, it might take a couple of days just crying my eyes off. But what I would probably do is raid everything.
Well, you'd probably get dehydrated because you'd be losing all that.
Yeah, that's why I would raid stores. But if it's gonna be like what happened in Bird Box, I'd rather die. I'd rather die. No, that's never gonna happen though, because all that stuff was really weird and fake. But I'm just saying, like, if there was like crazy, weird, lunatic people out there, and it was just me, I'd be like, I'm just gonna die.
Just give me a gun.
I'm just gonna die.
Just be like, God, take me.
Okay, well, what would you do if you were surrounded by zombies?
Surrounded by zombies.
Like, if this whole town was infested with zombies, like, you don't know where they are, but you're like, not a zombie, what would you do?
So, everyone's a zombie, but I'm the only human. Well, I'd be like, from that one movie, you know, get one of the zombies to fall in love with me, get them all human.
I don't know if that'd work, Alicia. I don't know if zombies would be smart enough for that.
Well, that one zombie was different. You just have to find.
That was fictional, so.
Just have to find the one that's different.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, honestly, I think in any situation that bad, probably killing yourself would be the safest and easiest thing to do.
No, because you want to revive the human race.
But
then everyone would die off and it'd all be over.
Okay, if you were the richest person in the world, what would you do? What would be the first thing you do if you were the richest person in the world?
The richest person? Well, I'd probably get myself a nice house. Get a lot stock. Get like one full room dedicated to food. Just dedicated to it. Like
No.
No. You walk around the corner, food. Turn back around, food. Circle around, food.
Oh my gosh.
Walk into another room, food.
You won't have to worry about a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'd probably get my own zoo. All the animals I like. Buy them all. Okay. And then I'd probably buy a huge piece of land, like huge. Like what, 30-something acres? Maybe?
That is not that huge.
I don't know. But
I mean, if you really want to go crazy about it, just buy the whole freaking ocean. I don't even know that's possible.
no, I
really.
need land, not
No,
water.
you should buy an island on the ocean.
Yes,
But
an
you should do
island.
one of the pretty oceans, like the, oh my gosh. I can't even think of anything. Like getting an island on the Gulf of Mexico or something.
But I get a huge piece of land, possibly an island, as you said, and put a bunch of houses on it. Stock them with food, appliances, furniture, okay? And then I get like a bunch of homeless people, put them there. And then have like this huge sign and posters everywhere and on websites and, you know, internet, wherever, that's saying anyone that's homeless, just come here and you can have a nice home and I'll give you one, okay?
I don't know, I'd probably go extreme and just buy out every government in the world.
Buy out every government? Why would you want to? Why?
Well, because everyone kind of acts out on their own terms and stuff, and it just messes everything up, and they ruin so many stuff. So I'd probably just buy them all off and be like, God, what do you want me to do with this?
Yeah, after I did that homeless thing, I'd be like, God, now, give me something to do. Give me something to do. I need to do something. got all this cash. Gotta.
You'd be like, I can't always bathe in this thing. I gotta use it for something. Way too many paper cuts going down there.
Oh, okay. Paper cuts. Wait, down where?
Where would you think if you were in a bathtub?
Oh,
money.
Okay.
Okay, Elliot, anything from you?
If everyone were to go poor, okay? To go poor, we didn't have any money, and you had to do everything manually. Get food, get water, such as digging.
Wait.
What?
Is there a spider web?
I don't know.
I saw a light.
You freaking me out! You let go of me! You freaking me out!
I saw. There's a web. Okay, let's just turn around.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay, Ellie, anything from you?
So what I was saying before you freaked me out, if everyone were to go poor and we didn't have any money, okay, and you had to do everything manually, getting food, getting water, making plants, buying a house, making your house, everything.
I think we would probably still be on those farms. Still like that. Actually, yeah, the world probably would be bankrupt.
But you have to reinvent all the stuff.
Nobody got enough money to do that.
No, that's why you just take random things around and make something that's worth something. Make something that's
If
worth
people
something.
were always making stuff out of their own stuff, then there probably wouldn't be any leftovers. I won't be DIYing everything.
That's true. But what would you do if everything was to be done manually? Like, what would be your first thing to go and do?
Probably gather food and water. Then I'd probably gather wood and build a shelter.
Something that you can live in while you build an actual house.
Just go really creative and just build like this really awesome tent on the beach where it has like everything and it just looks plain outside, but you go inside, you're like, oh my gosh, someone lives here? This is amazing.
Bathe in the river, bathe in the ocean.
Ugh.
I mean, you wouldn't have. You had to do everything manually, right?
Yeah, but it's better to bathe in a river because the water is fresh, there's no salt and stuff in there. Plus, there's a bunch of fish pee and poop in the ocean. I mean, I'm fine.
What, you
swimming in
think
it 'cause
there's
you
not
can
gonna
take
be-
a shower later?
You think there's not going to be any fish in a river?
Rivers usually have clean water because
So?
it's constantly moving.
So? What's your point?
I just told you so. And plus, it's a lot more dangerous to do it in the ocean because of all the different animals in there, all the different creatures.
Yeah.
Like, you can get stung by an octopus. And
Octopus, getting stung by an octopus.
wait, why did I say octopus?
No, you get
Jellyfish.
No, you be sprayed by an octopus and stung by jellyfish.
No. You could possibly get stung by a jellyfish and a stingray in the same day. And have fish constantly messing with your feet. And then you just get all this salt and weird stuff in your hair and it just makes it feel weird. Like the ocean does. Oh my gosh. And or you could get pulled in by
By
the
a
currents.
wave?
Or
You
yeah,
drown
you
to
get
death?
yeah. Basically, you should never clean yourself in the ocean.
It's kind of spooky. It looks like when you're on a in those zombie horror movies, when you're on a farm and you have all these lands of corn and whatever, and you have that just right there, and then all of a sudden you see them all coming out from the darkness.
Like zombies?
Yeah.
Dude, why would you try to creep me out like that?
Because it's fun.
Why would they directly come at us though?
Because they'd be looking for food.
Yeah, but there's tons of lights and there's people.
If there wasn't anyone around, they'd be going, and the first thing they see or hear.
Okay, if you were a werewolf,
A werewolf.
yes, how would you keep your identity a secret? Or a vampire, doesn't matter. If you're, whichever one you prefer. Do you prefer a werewolf or a vampire?
Vampire.
Vampire?
Well, actually,
I think I might prefer a werewolf. I mean, you got vampires that are really pale and stuff, but werewolves, you get to be all cute and fluffy. I mean, you gotta admit.
I'd rather be like a mixture between them.
You want
Because
to be a mixture? You want to suck blood and be a wolf, you can already do that as a wolf.
Be like from Untouchable or You Can't Hug Me. Be like the energy sucking vampires.
You can basically already do that though, because wolves eat meat and blood.
Yeah, so you'd basically be the same thing anyway.
So you should just be a werewolf, because at least you can be cute and fluffy.
I'd be a mixture.
And warm.
I'd be a mixture.
Plus, vampires can't go out in the sun. Werewolves can.
Mixture.
I'm just saying.
And then with the mixture, you wouldn't have that part of the vampire.
Okay, Ellie, you still haven't answered my question.
What was the question again?
Okay, if you were a werewolf or a vampire, how would you keep your secret identity a secret?
A werewolf or a vampire?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one, I'd live far away from whatever city or town or country or whatever. Anything that has a bunch of people, I'd live far away from that. In like the woods or I don't know, anywhere that's far away. And have a nice little hut or cabin or something. Live by a stream or a lake. And have a bunch of crops and stuff everywhere.
That's pretty clever.
And I would have to be very careful when I go out. Because with that, you'd be going to school. Most likely, overall. So you would have to be very careful if you're a vampire. Because you don't want to
be all sparkly.
I don't know if that's actually true though.
You have to avoid the sun though. I mean, you better hope there's a lot of gloomy days in the town you live in.
You'd
live in Seattle.
probably get like a cab every time and have it pull up right next to the door to the school. Or whatever. Well, how does it actually work? Because you always have the sun rays hitting you. Like everywhere you go.
You could do like in My Favorite Vampire, just wear a lot of shades and
that'd be suspicious though.
jackets and then hats and stuff.
That'd be suspicious though.
Okay, well, if I was a werewolf and I had to keep my secret identity, identity a secret.
Identity.
The only thing you need to avoid is the moon, right? So.
I suppose.
So yeah, living in the wood.
Wait. For vampires, you have to avoid the sun. For werewolves, you have to avoid the moon.
Yeah, they're complete opposites. Let's move on.
You get it from.
Okay, I get it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, living in the woods would be really good because if you're just surrounded by woods and stuff, and
you can constantly shapeshift and go running. Yes.
If you had to live in a city, I would probably do like those secret bunkers, and just like because of the nowadays, just put a timer on your phone or on your alarm clocks, like just to remind you the days that the full moon's out, and then just stay home those days. And what you could do, because like in all those movies, like secret bunker doesn't always work. They should do it where they're really rich.
You're acting like this is a movie.
Listen. Okay. So if you were really rich and you had like those really what is the word I'm looking for? The very high tech. You could make it where they can basically shut down the entire house and lock you in. If you get out of the bunker. Like as an emergency, like you had a smart house and it could just put basically...
Like if you started clawing at the door if you got somewhere close to getting out.
If the door gets broken open after it's locked. Okay, so let's say I was a werewolf and I was in the bunker, right? Yeah. And I somehow magically broke the lock and got out. Okay. My smart house would know that I broke out. And it would basically put like metal. What? Like metal, basically like metal walls.
Like steel?
Yeah, just close off all the windows and doors so you can't get out anywhere. I mean, you might destroy your house.
Like, what if you knocked them down though? Like instead of breaking them or pulling it apart or something, what if you knock it down?
The strongest metal.
But still, because werewolves are fairly strong. They're huge, and they're really strong, and they're fast. You could run at it and, break it down.
Well, if it was an emergency thing, it would immediately close down once it sensed that the door got broken. Because what you could do, just keep like a key hidden in the bunker when you're in there. So when you're back in a human, like you find it in the hiding place and just unlock the door.
Well, no, because you're a werewolf, you're still yourself. They would know. You'd have to put it in a place where only a human can get to it.
Exactly. When you're human, you're smart enough and you're small enough to actually grab it. And you can just go unlock the door, and your house wouldn't freak out because it knows you unlocked the door and didn't break open the door.
Have like a security system where the house just watches you?
Does this make any sense?
kind of. You could have a security system, so the house
basically on lockdown if you break out of your secret room or whatever.
What if there was a thing? Okay, I'm gonna go. There's two directions to it. Okay, so what if there was something that happened, and you either became the most popular person in the world, and everyone loved you and constantly crowded around you, or you became the most hated person in the world, and everyone shunned you out? What would you do in both those instances?
Okay, well, if I was a popular girl and I really liked being popular, I would go talk to God, because there's obviously a judgment there, because I would have a need to have all those popular people around me.
No, I mean, you didn't do that on purpose. It just happened, and you became the most popular person in the world, and everyone loved you and constantly crowded around you, asking for autographs or pictures, or wanting to be around you, wanting to become friends or soulmates or something. Like, what would you do?
It'd probably be nice, and I'd probably get annoyed after a while. But at the same time, you'd be like, why is this person doing this? Because you'd be like, are they really just after me because I'm pretty or something?
Or because you're the most popular person in the world?
I mean, like, you would think there must be, like, a hidden meaning for why all these people are doing this.
Like, what would be the reason that you became the most popular person in the world? Brains, athletic, or really pretty or attractive or something?
Probably my personality. Because, you know, I'm really compassionate about people and stuff. If it, I know that sounded very arrogant, but you know it's true. So if it had to be something like that, it'd probably be that. So I would probably talk to God and stuff about it. But like if people really like me for being nice and stuff, then I'd be like, that's awesome, you know. If it was people shun me, I'd probably definitely need to go talk to God.
Like, what if you didn't even do anything, and everyone just hated you because of nothing?
Well, enough people need to go over their own insecurities.
Like, the whole world hated you. And, like, you know people how stubborn they are. You wouldn't be able to change their mind that quick. You would have to go through great lengths to change the whole world's perspective on you. So what would you do if you did nothing and you couldn't change anyone's mind?
It would probably be rough at first. But I think I would be okay if I knew that at least God loved me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at least there's still one person that you can go and talk to who still appreciates you and stuff. And someone who makes you feel important and loved.
But, like, if you were, like, really loved or hated, where would you live? Because you'd have to live somewhere where no one could get to you.
I'd probably live, like, in the woods. Where,
well,
like,
people go hunting. So how would you do that?
A very secluded wood area. Like, if it was private property, I wouldn't go hunting. But, like, I'd probably live, like, in, like, a log cabin with a river close to it, just being surrounded by woods.
Taking my idea.
Well, I mean, really, it's the best thing to do.
I hate them listening up a lot. Especially if we keep doing videos that's out in public. What to do while your sister's using the bathroom? Awkwardly walk back and forth, waiting desperately for her to get out so you can stop doing this. 2, go walk around the store and pretend that you're looking for stuff to buy. 3, go and hide and scare her when she comes out. 4, have a really wacky dance party by yourself. Very awkwardly. 5, play on your phone and pretend that you're doing something really important. So people come by. They don't think you're being really awkward just waiting by the bathroom door. Or pretend that you're on a phone call. Then at number 6. Stare at all the pictures on the walls. That might help. People might think you're just interested in it. Or they might still find it very awkward that you're standing next to the bathroom door. Or I could just be overreacting and people come over here and they don't really care. They might just think there's a line. I'm just bored. And there it is. The sweet sound of the toilet going, knowing that your sister's about to come out.
Oh, finally, you took forever. Forever. flashlight in there.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Okay.
This time, keep it in your butt pocket.
Okay. Wild bird food? They sell bird food?
Shush, but you
Bird food.
forget about the food. Dude, do they have cameras?
You don't say nothing. Okay.
The real question is, Alicia, do cats really fart, or do we just imagine it?
Wait, hold up. What? Where did you even get that from? Were we talking about that earlier? I don't remember.
I mean, like, seriously, I wonder, do cats actually fart?
Because we're constantly blaming it on Gracie.
Well, I don't know if she actually farts or not.
You got a root beer.
So?
So? I'm practicing to be a peep.
Oh my gosh, she's sweating. She's
Why are you
sweating.
trying to hug me?
I
I'm
wasn't.
trying to hug you.
That's so mean.
So, that ain't
Anyway.
my question, yeah.
What question?
Do cats really fart, or is it all in imagination?
What do you say?
I am really curious.
I don't know. Like, you always have that thing going around, but you're like, did you do it? No. Did you do it? I don't remember. So was it? Is it always? Is it that person that always says I don't remember, or is it that person that declines it, or is it actually the
Why are
cat?
you stealing my drink? What's wrong with you?
What?
Did you not learn this when you were 5?
No,
7?
I learned it when I was 8. I learned it when I was 10.
When you were 10, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
She
Very
learned
long.
it 3 years ago, Dad.
Very long. We're not learning.
It just got real dark. See, now she's being weird.
Why not?
Really?
Is it okay if I go to sleep real quick?
No.
Do you want us to die?
I want to go to sleep. 2 different questions.
If
You
you go
wanna
to
sleep
sleep,
in
no,
another
hold on,
5
I'm
minutes?
gonna connect these 2 different questions, okay? If you go to sleep, the car will stop moving and we will crash.
So the car will stop moving before we crash?
No,
And we
no.
won't crash?
We will crash. No, if you go to sleep, you will lose control of the car and we will crash and it will stop and we will die. Do
Alicia,
you want us to die or do you
Alicia.
want to sleep?
Alicia, the reason why a car crashes is because it keeps moving.
Leave me alone! Or do you want us to die?
No, I already told you that.
Good, so don't sleep.
Don't be a smart aleck.
Yeah. Body on it, party on it, party like a rock star, huh? Party like you lost your mind, but the man's in the air, it's about that time.
Yeah, every weekend we throw a party